Shaz. Hi, Chris. Hi, Shaz. Oh, don't want to listen to myself. Let me just. That's better. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Maxine. Yes, she was first, I think, Chris. I think. Oh, no, Shaz was first. Shaz was first in tonight. But you beat Sylvia. Right. I'm not showing my face tonight. I'm too tired. I couldn't be bothered tonight. I'm in my slumber. Oh, dear. Right, let's get started. Hello, good evening and welcome. Lorna Carter from Lorna Carter's Creations, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. Well, what can I say? It's nearly the end of November. It's getting very close to December. So we thought we'd go Christmassy this week, and we're going to be using the Snowman Magic Stamp Set tonight, and also hi Izzy. So I'm just trying to sort my computer out as we go. So we're going to use, hopefully you'll not get blinded by the light. So we're using the Snowman Magic. I'm using the Penguin Place, but only for this one stamp set. The Snowflakes. With that one. And I've hidden it. I am going to be using the Framed and Festive for the Merry Christmas. This little one up here. I love this stamp set, really, because it's got your nice big sentiments, and I love the font, but it's also got the little ones, so I love that. So these are what we're using. In fact, I better get that out and just stick that one on a block. Of course, I haven't got that one out. I've got all the others out that I need, except that one. Right, I'll show you then what we're supposed to be making tonight. So I'll put that to one side. So this stamp set is in the mini catalogue. That one. The July to December 22, and it is page 44, and this is one that will be in the sale when it starts, and I do believe, is it the 1st of December, if I remember rightly. I'm sure Izzy will put me right. Hi Louise. Yeah, so I've had this one for quite a while, I must admit. Ever since it came out, I loved it. I haven't done what I really wanted to do with it, but I might get a chance before Christmas, hopefully. But it does come in a bundle. Now, this is retiring, so you can still get the bundle, but there's no discount when it comes into the sale. There's no discount on the stamp set, but the dies, when the sale starts, there's 60% off, making them £10.80. So it's cheaper to buy the stamp set on its own and the Snowman dies on its own rather than in the bundle. But this is what we're going to be using. Yeah, sale, 1st of December. Thanks, Izzy. I meant to double check, but I forgot. Right, let's pop that to one side. Let's have a look at what we're going to be making. This little fella. So we've got the snowman popped up on dimensionals. We've got the Merry Christmas, that's heat embossed. We've got Vellum as the window, stamped with the Snowflake Stamp Set out the Penguin Place, in the craft ink. Hope I've got that out. No, yes I have. The Whisper White, that one. So we've stamped with that. So we have at the front, we have a magnetic catch, and we have 4 tea lights. And if I take them out, you can see we've got dividers for them. Now if you didn't have dividers in there, you could always put a glue dot on the bottom to just make them stand all right. But, I'm going to just pop that and clip that. So that's the one we're going to be making tonight. These tea lights, just while I think on, as far as I know, they're just like the standard size. I did measure them. They're about 3.7 centimetres by about 1.25 centimetres deep. And this is what I measured my box as. But I will show you another one. And this one, it's the same style, same magnetic catch, but this, I'm losing it, this is a much deeper one, a bigger one. It's a little bit bigger in diameter, and as you can see, it's quite a bit taller. So I've made these boxes to fit these candles. But I'm hoping, because I know these are that bit bigger, this one. But it's same style. The only difference is I've used a window sheet and I've not stamped on it. It's clear on that one. Okay. So if I put that one to one side. So this is the one we're going to be making. This is the one that I think is the general size. Oh, Shaz, that's not nice. I hope he goes, he or she all cuddled up in bed with you. Oh, I hope they go on okay. Right. So let's get started. I am using Full Party cardstock, and you will get only one box out of a sheet of A4. You'll have some scraps left over, yeah, so I'll pop that to one side. Right, let's get started. Let's get cutting. And I have made as normal a template. This is what we're going to be making, and I say if anybody wants this, I can scan it and email it. That's not a problem, or I can attach it. I'll see if I can attach it in on my page. So it's the small candle for small candle box for 4 tea lights. So we need a piece that is, oh Darcy, oh bless, hope she's goes on fine. Yeah, I think they're all slightly different. I was hoping they were all the same, but if anybody wants to make the box and their candles are a different size, if they can't work it out, just give us a shout and I can work it out for you, the size of the you need to use. Right, so let's get cutting. If I pop that there, so as I said, we need a piece 22.9 by 13.7. There are some weird and wonderful measurements, but it's not too bad in centimetres. So we want 22.9. I say I've made this to measure. So we are going to get some scraps off here. And then 13.7. There we go. So we're going to be using these anyway for inserts. Right. Let me sit down. Let's get started. So, portrait. We need to then score at 1.5 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 10.7 centimetres, and these measurements will go up on YouTube in the description. The scoring and the card measurements, I always pop them on in the description. And then 12.2. So I'll just go over that again. We've got 1.5 centimetres, we've got 3 centimetres. Hopefully you can see that okay. Sorry, I didn't realise I was out of shot. 1.5 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 10.7 centimetres and 12.2 centimetres. That's in portrait. We're then going to turn it, oops, I'm just going to move that out of the way. Excuse me. Just going to turn it into landscape mode, and we are going again at 1.5 centimetres. We're going at 3 centimetres. 10.7 centimetres. 12.2 centimetres. 19.9 centimetres. And 21.4 centimetres. I know it's a lot of scoring, and I'm trying to put a lot of pressure on so we can actually see our score lines. So I'm just popping that out of the way for now. Okay. Oh, I'll leave a template there, Louise, so you can look. Bless you. So all we've done is scored our base card. We are now going to burnish it. I'm just going to sit down. So I'm just going to burnish all folds. Just like so. Just let me, my computer's playing silly beggars. Right, so we've done those ones. We'll go in and do these ones. I'm just trying to leave that there for Louise. A lot of scoring, a lot of folding. Okay, so we can actually see, hopefully, yes, the score lines. Okay. Right, let me get my scissors. Okie dokie. Don't know what's up with my camera tonight. It's having a flick dip. Is it still playing up? Or are we alright? It seems to go on a wobbler. What is up with it? I'm hoping it's not gonna cause too much chaos. Right. All good. That's fine. Okie dokie. Right. I'm just going to spin this round. If you want the measurements, Louise, if you're going to be making, just pop me a message up and I'll just quickly go through them again for you. Right, so we are, I think it's the focus, I'm not quite sure. We'll carry on, see how we go. I'm hoping this doesn't affect it. Right, so let's go with the top piece, which is this here. We need to take the 3 corner squares. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in at each side. I'm gonna cut down each score line up to the second score line. Same at this side. Up to the score line. Okay. So now we need to take off that piece. We need to take off, I'm going to have to spin it round because I can't. We're going to, that's it. We're going to just wedge this tab here. Okay, and we're just going to wedge both sides of that tab. So we've removed all 3. We're going to do the same at this side. So I'm going to wedge that piece. We're going to take the end square off and we're going to wedge like so. And that is the top. Right, you cut it all out, you just need to score. Do you want me to just quickly shout out then? So, in portrait mode, you need to score at 1.5 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 10.7 centimetres, and 12.2 centimetres. That is for portrait. Okay, so for your landscape, you need to do the same and more. So we've got 1.5 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 10.7 centimetres, 12.2 centimetres, 19.9 centimetres, and 21.4 centimetres. Okay, right, so we'll go back to how we had it. So we've done the top section. We've got these bits to do. In fact, the two side pieces at the top, these two edge pieces, okay, we're just going to tab them. Right, so we're on our side. We're going to cut up all the score lines to the second fold. Like so, and on this side to the second score line, fold, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so going from the left hand side, so this is the top at the left hand side. Okay, we're gonna just wedge that piece. Okay, the two tabs next to it, we're going to take the outer tab off. So it's just a little square, and we're going to just wedge. Seems ages since I've made a box. Let's get rid of my scraps. Okay. Right. So, counting this as the top, we're just going to do the same to the right hand side as we have the left hand side. So we're going to wedge this section, like so, and we're going to take the first tab like that, and that is the tab in the middle. Get all these out. Just takes a little bit of getting done. Okay, so we'll turn it back. This is, we said this is the top, so we've done all this section. We're now concentrating on this bottom section. Okay, right, these two tabs at the bottom, we're going to take off the first one and a little bit of the second one. So I'm going to get my big scissors just on the inside. So we've taken a little bit more than the tab. Okay, hope that makes sense. So we're going to do the same at the other side. We're just going to, just let me make sure. We're just going to take a little bit more than the tab, right. Okay. So I'll spin it back. The top's the top. We've taken these bottom side tabs off. Okay. We now need to take all 4 tabs off the bottom. So we've got a double tab here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, you'll see when we pop it together why we do this. So the 2 tabs each side at the top, we're just going to take a slither off either side. This just makes it fit better. And then the bottom bit, where we took these tabs, the outer tabs off, and we're left with the 2 bottom tabs. We're just going to slightly wedge this bottom. We're going to take some more off this later, but not yet. And a slither. And when I mean a slither, I mean a slither. You might have to take another slither off later on. Just depends on how it fits. Okay, so that is our template completed. Okay, so I'll just get rid of my scraps, and we now need to we need to do some die cutting. So to make the circle, the aperture, whatever you want to call it, we're using my favourite dies, Stylish Shapes, and I'm using the third one down from the biggest. Okay, so we're using that one. Bringing in my machine. I'm just going to have to move that template out the way just for a second. And you know something, we've got no cats tonight as well. I know I'm going to say it and there'll be one, but I just thought I'd be quiet about it. Right. Okay. So I'm wanting this die. What have I just done with it? I'm wanting this die. Yes, I have a template. I have a template. And I can email it with the measurements. No problem, Louise. So this is the bottom bit. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to pop the circle in the centre of that square as near as possible, and I'm just going to put some tape on it just to hold it. So we're going to go with it there. See, can't do anything without getting cat hairs everywhere. Okie dokie. Now, because this is big enough, it's not too wide to go through my machine. The bigger one was, so I had to do some delicate folding, but we're making the small one, so we're just going to pop the plate on top and we're just going to pop that through. Right. Let's take low tack tape. It definitely is, but when it's got that pressure on, it should come out. Yes, that's fine. That's for use later on. Let's take my tape off. Put my thing, my die on my metal tray. Magnetic, should I say, tray. Right. This is what we've got. Oh, I can sit down. I can sit down. Weary. I'm very weary tonight. Right. It would help if I got the snowflakes. Oh, everything's coming adrift. So it's just this one we're using, the snowflakes. I'm gonna swap that one over. Okay, so I'm just using a small block, and we're going to use colour on colour pool party. Hey, hey. I love my pool party. Absolutely love it. Right. So if we look at the one we've made, I'm just going to take all them out a second so they don't go tumbling everywhere. So if you look, we haven't stamped the bottom. We've stamped each edge and round the circle. We've stamped each side of the box, and that's it. So let's go in and get stamping. I'm just inking up. I got so used to this last night. This is where I go wrong, but I got so used to this last night. Right. I don't know if you can we see? So I haven't, these are the pieces. These can be stamped as well on the edge. This is on the top, it's these side pieces. Okay, so they can be stamped. So it's quite a narrow stamp and it fits on nicely down the edge. Look at that. Designed this one well. There we go. And then what we're going to do is, I'm hoping you can see, we're going to go round and stamp the square where the circle is. Okay, we're going to stamp this front piece like that, not the bottom one. We're stamping the middle section, the narrow section, because that is actually the back of the box. And then not the outside one, it's the next the second lining. And I've made a few of these now, so I know where to go. So this is what we should have. Okay. I will pop that away. Oh, what made me come up with this project? I had a load of tea lights that I wanted to do something with, and I thought a tea light box. So I've tried to make them before and I've struggled, and I persevered this time. I think the more you make a box, the more used to how it's engineered. And I've sat down, made my prototype of my big box, which is this fella here. See, it's got, I put some of the little snowmen and things in here. Well, that was my prototype, and then I just resized. But that, it's quite a sturdy box. Quite chuffed. Okay, so next we will stamp. We need some vellum or window sheet. I wouldn't stamp on the window sheet, but I would stamp on the vellum. Oh, that piece will do. That's all my scrappies. Okie dokie. So the vellum sheet needs to be cut at 7 centimetres by 7 centimetres. Let me come down because I'm okay there. So difficult to see on here. I'm just going to go a bit more than 7. Hopefully it will fit. I'm just going to make sure all my sides are square. Seven by 7. That's it. Get rid of my little bits. So then we need our craft craft ink, our white craft ink. Maybe I ought to do this on a let me find another piece of card because she'll not see me. Just a second. Use some of my scrappy card. It's a bit in your face, this one. So I've covered it up. Hopefully, can you see that a bit better? I just thought, yes, definitely. That's good. So I've got my craft ink. I've got my snowflake stamp back. I've cleaned it. And then we're just going to go in and stamp. It's up to you. You can move it round. Like so. I'm just going to go off just to get the edge on. So we're just stamping. And don't worry where it goes if you stamp over very close to another snowflake, because we all know snowflakes fall. However, so that is, oh, my squeaky chair's doing my head in. That is the vellum sorted. Now I'm just going to leave it just to make sure that I don't smudge it for now. Just going to pop that to one side, and we can stamp our snowman next while we're waiting for that. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, we need some basic white. We need our snowman, so we have his top hat, his scarf, his face, and buttons. Okay, so let's go. Memento ink, and we're just going to stamp. I'm maybe too far over, I'm not sure. We're just going to stamp Mr. Snowman just in this bottom corner, like so. Okay, we are then going to stamp his hat. Now in the dies you can actually die cut the body, his hat, but we are fussy cutting. I'm just going to stand up, so you need to pop it where you think, and I should be using really my mat, but I put it down somewhere and I cannot find it for the life of me. I don't know what I've done with it, but it's stamping all right. It's quite squishy on here. Right, his facial features. I'm gonna have to stand up for this to make sure we get his face. Oh. You've got some already with snow on. I like that one, Louise. Maxine, do you mean the craft? It's the Stampin' Up Whisper White craft ink. It is. I'll just show you where it is, because it's not with the normal inks. Where are we? Find it in a second. I'm going to show you. It's there. So it's on page 129 of the annual catalogue, and it's this one for craft stamping ink. You get the white pad, and you can get a refill for it as well. Okay, so that is the craft ink. I do apologise if I'm not catching up with with comments. I will definitely catch up later if I've missed any. I do apologise. I get concentrating, and that's it. So these 3 dots, there is buttons. And then we have his scarf. Now his scarf we're going in with Pool Party. And I'm just going to stamp. I'm just going to see if I've got... Oh, this will do. Just going to stamp on this scrap. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. Right. Now, I didn't realise, because I used my pumpkin pie dark stamp and blend, but in the stamp set is a carrot infill, his nose, so you could use pumpkin pie ink and stamp it, but I've got this now, so I'm just going to go in we go. Do his nose. Right, just let me... So there's dies for these in the... because I bought the bundle. But I'm doing it as if I haven't... I do like the fussy cut, I must admit. Just gonna fussy cut. That's it. Go ever so quiet. When I'm fussy cutting, I concentrate. Whoops. So that's his scarf. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put that to one side and let's cut. Now, if you were doing this with the dies, the snowman is separate to the hat. So you'd stamp the hat separate to the snowman. But I stamped it all together. But in the dies are some little hands, little arms. And I must admit I have just die cut those out of some soft suede. You could always, if you haven't got the dies, you could always draw some and cut round them. Okay. Oh, best not get rid of my... That's it. Right. Okay. So I'm going to stick his scarf on with, and I've got a newfound friend, the Stampin' Seal Plus. This is what we're going to make the box with. It's that little bit stronger than Stampin' Seal. I'm just going to pop. There we go. There he is. You don't have to put arms on him. If I can get them. They are little fiddly diddly. These are his arms. And the idea is you have this circle to put glue on to stick behind. Okay. So I'll just get that, because I get glue everywhere. We'll pop her. Got to be really careful because I cut loads out and I lost some, and I'm gonna use glue. He's harmless enough. That's it. Certainly is. So just a little dollop of glue, and you put his dandans where you want them. And I'm going to do this one. I'm going to move him up like that. Okay. How cute. You could always put some Wink Stella to make him shiny. I've not done that on these. But you could always do that. So we've got our little snowman ready. Let's get a piece, a scrap, and we shall stamp the we'll get everything ready and just pop it together. Stamp the sentiment. Now we're heat embossing, so it's the Merry Christmas. We're using the Versamark. We're using embossing buddy, silver powder from the metallics, and when I can get me because it's only a little bit. Okay, and those of you who know me, you know I absolutely love this. I'm like a little kid. There's my heat tool. That's fine. So we're just gonna ink our Merry Christmas with our Versamark. We are just going in. I'll clean that off in a second. Merry Christmas. Just make sure we've got, there we go. Pop this back in the tub. And lid on, otherwise it'll blow everywhere. Oops, I'm getting all taffled up. We are getting taffled up. Just let my tool heat up. Who doesn't love a bit of heat embossing? Woohoo! Okay. Now I'm going to use my big scissors. So I'm just going to cut that off at the end, put that bit back in my scrap. I save all my little scraps, just in case sentiments. And I'm just going to cut quite close down the side. Hopefully it's not very straight. Hey ho. Okie doke. So on this end, I'm just, I don't know where, oh, it's there. Can't see for looking. I've just left, what, half a centimetre, and I'm just going to flag it. So snip down the centre as far as you want to flag. Might go a little bit more actually. And then we're gonna just V each side, and we get that lovely flag. Doesn't matter this end, because this end is going to be under the snowman. Okay. On the back of the snowman, we want 2-dimensional. So one at the bottom, one over his face, and that is ready for us to pop on. So if I just move him to one side, here goes for the fun. Right, so we have our vellum. Our vellum is going to sit like so in the box. I attached this with glue dots. Couldn't think what they called them. So I'm just going to take my vellum, yeah, there we go. Let's do in each corner 3, 4. So I've just put a glue dot in each corner, and then we're just going to pop this like so, and it's neat enough. You don't need anything else on the back. There we go. And I just thought it's nice. It's just, you can't see through, sort of, I don't know, you can just, it just gives you a hint of what's in there. I just think that was so sweet. Okay. Right, we'll do the fastening next. And by the time I made a few of these, I've got it sussed, so whether if I can remember which end to do first, it makes life a lot easier. Right, I'm using magnets. You can use Velcro dots, but they only want to be small. So I have, these are maybe a little bit too big, but these Velcro dots are, just to give you an idea, they're 1 centimetre. Those, you can make it, but you might have to make the front bit. I'll show you just a sec. Them back in there. Oh, you would get one on the front. You would. Yeah, you would get one on. You could have it. So let me put those in there. Yeah, you probably would get one on. But you'd have to have it on the outside and then on the inside of there, obviously. Whereas a magnet, we can hide. So we can hide. We can hide, so that's why I do prefer magnets, I've got to admit. Yes, I didn't have anything really snowflakey or anything, or dots for that matter, for the embossing, because I was going to try and do, you can dry emboss that, or dry emboss the window sheet. I wondered if you could do that, but I ended up, I thought that looked nice. So, but I haven't got anything really Christmassy in my embossing folders. So, right, magnets. These are tiddly diddlies. These are 1/2 centimetre in diameter. Put one at each side. And they're about 2 mil thick. And they're brilliant. Yeah, it could, yeah, be ideal, Izzy. Definitely. Right, here goes for the fun. Are we ready? So, see what I mean by fun. The glue dots are just the right size for the magnets. So I've got one magnet with a glue dot on. Okay. So when this is obviously the top of the box, this is the front. We're not doing the flap. We're putting our first magnet on our side of the box. Okay. And we need it down near the bottom. So I'm going, just let me, I'm going in about there. Now this tab is going to go over that, but I'm just going to take another smidge off it. Just a smidge. And the reason is so it'll fold down and fold up quite easily. Okay. So let's get putting together. We'll do our other magnet in a minute when we've got this box bit done. Stamp and Seal Plus. It's my new best friend. I'm just going to put that down. That's the other magnet. I'm terrible, I forget. So this is my new best friend. So box making, anything like that, it is amazing. Absolutely love it. I prefer this to the Stamp and Seal. I find it easier to use as well. So just a bit of tape, hope you can see okay, down this flap, and we're just going to fold that over the magnet and stick her down. Okay, that is that bit done. Right, a little bit tricky, a little bit fiddly, but on the inside we've just, that edge we've just put the magnet on. These two sides here, I'm just going to make sure, yeah, we took slithers off both of those, that's fine. We're going to put tape down each side here. So that's one, that's two, and I've just gone over there, so I'm just going to fold that back. Right, this is where you've just got to be a little bit careful. We're going to just fold those over like that, purely because we want to be on this side with the tabs now. So we're going to put tape on all the tabs. Okay. It is a bit fiddly. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is where the magnet is. What we're going to do is bring that tab in, and we're going to match that corner up like so. Okay, same with this. We're going to fold that tab. Just let me pull that over because we've got some, I've gone a bit mad with my tape. So that comes in, and we're bringing that straight edge to match that straight edge to make the corner. You've just got to be careful because we've got tape on the inside here. So same with the back, we're bringing it up. Just make sure, cut that one up. Didn't put any pressure to glue it, thank goodness. So just put a bit of pressure on, and the final one. That straight edge to that. And then we're just gonna fold that back, and then these edges, we've got tape on them already. We're just going to, like this one, I'm just going to take just a smidge off it. That's it, it goes in freer. If you've got a little bit that's just stopping it, just take a smidge off. Okay, so this is what we've got. This is the lid. So these two tabs, one at each side of the top, I'm just gonna mite it, especially this front one. So we're just gonna, we might need to take a little bit more off yet, but you're better off taking a little and often rather than too much at once. So that, those sides are going to go in like that. Right, so for instance, this side I think we need a little bit more off. So just take a wedge and just make sure, there we go, it's fitting fine. Okay, right, second magnet. And what did I do? Oh, it's here. It's all right, I thought I'd lost it. Okay, so our second magnet is going on this front flap. Now this is what I struggled with last night. I say by the time I made a few of them, I found it so much easier to make. So what we're doing, we're lifting our top up. Our magnet is already here. We're going to get our second magnet, if she can pick it up, and let it go to our magnet that's already there. Okay, we are then going to put our good old faithful no, I want that glue dot on our magnet. Now I haven't purposely, oh, it's got stuck to me. That's it. That's it. Right. So I have got a glue dot on there. I wanted to leave it on there to make sure that we got the sticky bit at the right side. Okay. It's very tricky. It's very tricky. So now we're going to close our box, and we're going to bring our front over like so, and our magnet is now in place. Okay, all we need to do is cover it up. Okay. Oh. The tab, the outside tab, we're going to put glue on. We're going to fold that over like so. Okay, this goes to the fun. Like I've done there, if you want to shape it, this is how I did it. You can just leave it with all full like this one. You can leave it like that if you want, but I prefer it shaped. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm missing out on hold on, where's me? Have I been going out of? Sorry, Izzy. I'm used to it being further out, but never mind. Is that better? Can we see? I'm watching myself. I'm not watching myself at all. Right. So, we go back to measurements. So I'm working roughly. I find it easier if I centralise my 7 centimetres on the tab. I know my tab's wider than that, but I'm centralising it. Wants to go that way a bit. Okay, so I'm centralising 7 centimetres in that tab, so it's easy to mark. Where's my pencil? So we're marking at 3 and at 4 centimetres, which should just about be the middle. This should be middle for diddle, hopefully. I'm then going to get my ruler and I'm going to pop my pencil on this left hand mark, and I'm going to go up to the top left hand corner of this tab like so. Similar at this side from the right hand side tab. Like so. Does that make sense? Because what we're going to do now is get our scissors and we're going to be brutal and we're cutting that bit off. Like so. I'm just going to get my rubber. Where are you gone? It's here. Just going to get my rubber just to take my marks off. And because we've already stuck that down, there we go. So that's how I did my fastening. Just reading comments. Yeah. So yeah, you just got to be careful with your magnets. Make sure you've got this magnet in first. That's actually physically on your box side. And then what you're going to do is bring your other magnet so it attaches itself to that piece. We put a glue dot on the outside of it bring our tabs down, because there was both 2 tabs, and press, and then lift up, and it will stick to where it needs to be, so that when it goes to close, it's already, there you go, like so. Hope that makes sense. If anybody's got any problems, just let us know. So we have to decorate it first before we do the insert. So I am popping my snowman. This is why I kept this arm up, because it's not that bigger space to. I'm just going to pop him there. I'm just going to open my box, just put some pressure on the dimensionals. Okay, and then we're just going to put a little bit of tape on there. Just let me get my mat out. So just on this end, just put a little bit of tape. And just want to pull that in. So I'm just cutting the tape. I've just gone a bit mad with it. Just folding it back. That's it. There's a little bit at the edge. Just fold it back. Okay. And then we're just gonna pop this behind Mr. Snowman, and hopefully not quite straight. There we go. We're not finished yet. Okay, that's the front. So all we've got left to do now is to make our insert. Got stuff everywhere. My desk's the right tip. Okie dokie. Just let me move that out of the way. I have my instructions here. So for the dividers, we need one piece at 7.4 centimeters by 10.4. Just wondering, is that the same? Oh, just big enough. So 7.4 by 10.4, and that is just wide enough. Wow, I've not had that happen to me before. So we've got 7.4 by 10.4. That's one piece. You need one of those, and then I can actually use this. We need two 3 by 7 by 10.4. That should work, hopefully. Yeah, 3 by 7 by 10.4. Yeah, I can find a link for you, Louise, for the magnets. Not a problem. Right. So we need scoring on landscape on all pieces at 3.7 centimeters, 5.2 centimeters, and 6.7 centimeters. And that is on all three. So 3.7, 5.2, 6.7. And we might have to do some tweaking and cutting just to make it fit. So 3.7. Oh, nearly got my cutting blade out. 5.2 and 6.7. There we go. That's done. We can now sit down and burnish. Okay, so the middle line, we're making a mountain fold on all of them. Okay, the other two, we're making valley folds. So we have a W. We do this on all of them. Okay. So in we go. So this is where we might need to do some tweaking. Oh no, quite impressed. That actually fits perfect. And these. Wow, I cannot believe that. Sometimes they need tweaking. These don't. Okay, so we're going to glue the mountain together. Okay, so we do that on all of them. And then on the bottom, we're just going to pop a little bit of tape just to secure when we get in, when we pop them in. There we go. Okay, so this one goes in horizontally. Make sure that's in. Once you're happy, press it down. Then we're going to spin it round 90 degrees. And then we're going to go in. I'm just going to make sure that they lay in nicely. And they do. So just put a bit of pressure. And there is our dividers. Yes, Louise, Seal Plus. Oh, these smell nice. I've run out of that other colour, so we're on berries. So that's four candles. Anybody who's my age will remember that. Those were the days. So we can now pop them in. That's snapshot. And there's our Tealight box. I just think it makes a lovely little gift. Okay. Let's Hi Maxie! Hope you're well. Right, so let's fill this one up as well. I know the colour doesn't go, but red's Christmas, isn't it? And the blue's cool for the snowman. We don't want him to melt. There we go. So there we have it. 4 candles. So there we are. That is my live for this week. The 4 Tealight holder box, gift box, whatever you want to call it. I've thoroughly enjoyed making that. I do love making boxes, I must admit. I like the engineering. I like to sit down and work it out and tweak it and everything like that. Yours is a little bit different. Oh, bless. Oh, dear. Right. Yes, so when it goes up on YouTube, video goes up on YouTube, it'll have all the description. It will have all the measurements. Anybody that would like a template, just let me know, and I can email you one to print out. That's not a problem. So hopefully, I don't know what we're doing next week. We might be doing a birthday card next week. I know it's getting near Christmas, but you've had a little accident. Oh dear, had to do a cover up. Oh, I'm sure it will be fine, Louise. Send us a picky later. Yeah, I can email you a template, Louise, no problem. Yes, so next week, hopefully, we might be doing a different take on the triple easel card. The fold I did. I was, well, not talking, we was messaging, and Izzy showed me this lovely card, and it will work wonders with these adorable owls. So this is one that to look forward to. This is a celebration coming up in January, and so I think we're gonna have a go at making another triple easel. I'm tired. Triple easel card. So we'll see how we go. Right, thank you very much for all your lovely comments. Thank you for putting up with me and watching me. And we shall see you again next week, all being well. Thank you very much indeed. Next week's. Oh dear, I love it. Right, okie dokie. So I'll upload my video on you lot make me chuckle. Sorry. Oh, bless. Right, yeah, so I'll upload my video on YouTube on Thursday as normal, and watch out for the pictures of what we're going to be doing next week. Right, well, thank you very much again. If you're watching on catch up, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you ladies watching live as well. I've had so much fun. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.